Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is day 9 on the Appalachian Trail. Obviously, I guess you noticed I said good afternoon instead of good morning. Basically, just leaving the hostel. Gordon was nice enough to drop me off. Probably because he was afraid I'd get lost. And then Lisa was nice enough to bring me the stuff that I left back at the hostel. Which seriously, I'm a little bit worried about. Like, I feel like I feel pretty good, like physically, but I've really been forgetting a lot of things, like an inordinate amount of things. It's not usual. I may, as a matter of fact, wait here, hang on just a second. Oh, it looks like there's some trail magic right here. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, right there. Let me check it out, see what's in here. It says, to walk in nature is to witness 1,000 miracles. Enjoy the miracles, love and prayers, lolly and fly pop. So yeah, I think this is trail magic. Wow, there's some good stuff in there. Let me see. Oh, there's 2 boxes. Let me see. Wow, some good trail magic, some peanut butter, some pretzels. I don't need anything again, so like I said, I'm still carrying too much food. But anyway, back to my memory. I'm really forgetting some things. Like, I forget my trekking poles. I forgot my backpack when I was leaving a restaurant the other day. And like just then, I left this selfie stick I'm using right now. I left my electronics bag. Oh goodness. Gordon actually made me feel better. He said there's something called hiker brain, where that's kind of a normal part maybe when you're starting a through hike, just because your body's getting used to it, and probably not getting as many vitamins or nutrients or something. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Like seriously, I may maybe try to go talk to a doctor maybe if it doesn't get better. So well, I feel good about me getting to Maine, but I don't know if all of my gear is going to go there with me if I keep leaving it everywhere. So, but anyway, I feel totally refreshed and better than yesterday after the showers, food. They were so nice to me. Actually just fed me some pizza before I left. I stayed way later than everybody else so I could do a video there at the hostel. You should have saw that yesterday. And thank them for doing that. Like I said, anybody about the through hike coming behind me, highly recommend. It's an awesome, awesome place. So, sorry if I'm breathing hard, it's a little bit uphill. And the first uphill is always tough when you're hiking for whatever reason. Once you get warmed up, they're not so bad, but to start out with one can be kind of tough. So anyway, day 9, getting things going. Like I said, I feel good, even though if I'm forgetting a lot of things. Today I'm trying to get, I think 11 miles. That's where everybody else is camping. Can't remember the name of the camp, but I'm shooting for that. It is 12:30, so if I don't make it, I may stealth camp for the first time. But I think I can make it. The days are getting a little bit longer, and I want to see my buddies. I think Emma's going to sing maybe for us tonight, so I'm sure probably most of the family will be there. And I think I even made some new friends last night at the hostel. It was so strange to see so many people at a quote-unquote Super Bowl party, and nobody, literally nobody, cared anything about the game. So I think it says a lot about, like I said earlier in one of my videos, it's like how disconnected we are out here. Honestly, it's kind of what I like about it. So, oh my goodness. Starting up with a little climb to start the day. So anyway, I don't know how much I'll vlog today. Try to get y'all some good shots, but I'm also trying to get to camp. Y'all know what a struggle that's been the last couple days, but like I said, I feel pretty good today after all the good food, shower, the bidet. That was I mentioned that in the earlier video in the tour. They have a bidet at the hostel. I think I mentioned it in their interview too. Never used one before. Life-changing. If you've never used a bidet, I highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend. And it's kind of funny because I have a little, like a portable bidet that I brought out here. A lot of people, I didn't think anybody would have it out here, but like most everybody has it. It's just, I'll show you maybe sometime soon. It's just like a little, looks like a little bottle cap. and you put it on the end of a water bottle, and it basically, you squeeze the bottle and it's like a little portable bidet. So very cool, very cool. Just got to kind of figure out how to use it. So but yes, life changing if you've never used a bidet. In fact, I'll willing to predict right now that I know Americans are kind of far behind on that, but and maybe a few other things, but I bet 50 years from now most people will have a bidet in their homes. Like I don't see why they wouldn't. So anyway, guys, let me get hiking northbound, and I'll catch y'all a little bit later. Hey guys, probably just a couple of miles into my hike, but it's happened again. Probably my favorite thing out here is like I'm walking my first couple of miles, struggling a little bit, not physically. I feel great physically, but just kind of still worried about when I'm forgetting stuff. Anyway, I ran into a couple of other hikers heading southbound there, slap packing, but they were actually at the hostel last night, and one of them especially, her name's Titanium. She's a 78-year-old woman hiking with her dog Buddy, trying to be like the oldest lady to ever complete the Appalachian Trail. She's called Titanium because she's got like 2 titanium knees and like 2 titanium elbows or something. It's like just incredible. What an awesome lady. Then her friend Stitch was right behind her. I think they're friends. It's hard to tell out here. Like you'll think somebody's been friends for a lifetime and they may have just met yesterday. It's just that part of it is really cool. So anyway, thinking a little bit more about why I'm forgetting stuff, and I do think maybe sleep deprivation could be it. I mean, I've been sleeping better, but overall I would say I'm averaging 3 hours a night since I've been out here. So like I said, it's improving, so I think I'll be okay. And I'm gonna probably zero when I get to Franklin later this week, so I'll get a couple of good nights rest there. So anyway, I'm gonna keep on hiking northbound. I mean, I don't know why I'm out here, but there should be like lots of reporters out here to talk to these people, because these people are so interesting. And just as I looked around the room last night, I was like, I spoke with probably everybody at least for a minute, and like the word that comes to mind with through hikers, or these people especially, is just humble. Like none of them are arrogant. They're just humble people. Just they're rooting for the best for everybody. It's like the only thing I've ever been involved with where somebody wasn't rooting against somebody else, and that's a good thing. Like it truly is. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. I'm gonna head on up the trail, headed to North Carolina. Well, hiking Sobo. Not because I'm a purist, but I am a purist, I think, maybe. We'll see. But because I think I lost my glove back here. I didn't forget it, thinking this is not that. I think I took it off to pull my phone out, check gut hooks, and I think I just dropped it. So not too far. I think I'm not gonna walk forever, but I don't even like the gloves that much. They're the awesome gloves from Z-Packs, and I think they're great probably in water, but they're not very warm. Which I mean, I may keep them to use with my chemical gloves I got for the rain, and just maybe add a third pair of gloves, like, you know, through the Smokies or something. So anyway, I'll update you. Hopefully find my glove down here somewhere. I think it was down here somewhere. So I just came across that road crossing, and as any good thru hiker, or I guess bad thru hiker would do, I was of course checking gut hooks to see how far I was gonna have to climb. So yep, there she is. Alrighty, I'm gonna add that to the list. I'm gonna start keeping a list of how many extra miles I've walked on the AT. Left my trekking poles back up here. I better remember to get them. Oh my gosh, what a journey. Hey y'all, it's me. When last we spoke, I was going back to get my possum glove that I found. Unfortunately, I lost another gear item. My first official casualty, I guess. of item I lost, not on purpose, like in a hiker box or trying to get rid of. Not a huge deal, kind of sentimental, not super sentimental, but it was my snot rag of all things, the purple bandana. It's not super bad. I do have a blue one. I brought two because I really, really like them. It's like they made them like 25 or 30 years ago, and I used to wear them to go work out and stuff, and they're just really soft. They're like Le Perry or something, Le Paris or Le Perry. But it's like a vintage item. I know it sounds strange, but you just can't find one that good anymore. So I had ordered a couple just for this trip. Like I have to order them on Etsy, so you basically just have to find them. Like it's pretty random. Like I kind of would just check it every week or so, and eventually find them. They're always $15 a piece for whatever reason for an old bandana, but they're just soft and they're perfect. So anyway, I lost the purple one. I had the purple one because I'm a big fan of Caitlin Goes Hiking. Still got the blue one, so I'll work with that. Hopefully I can, make it the rest of the way with that. So, as y'all know, I was kind of struggling to begin the day. I'm trying to remember things, but I did not lose the bandana on purpose or just forget it. I think I just dropped it. The wind's been blowing today, and I've had to change layers like a bunch of times. Take, gloves on, gloves off, beanie on, beanie off, just because hiking through these mountains, like it's so cold and windy. On one side it might be like 30 degrees, and then on the other side, it might be in the sunshine and no wind at all. It might be like 55 degrees, so kind of strange, but it's supposed to be really cold tonight. So anyway, I was trying to get a few miles further to camp with some of my buddies. Y'all know M and all those guys, but I've decided, based on some good advice from Ultra Hiking Girl, probably my biggest blessing in getting ready for this hike was obviously being able to go hike with Ultra and with Caitlin Goes Hiking. They were both through hikers, kind of different. Ultra killed a couple of hikes, goes real fast. Like she did it in 2018 and 2021, no both times. But she's like an ultra runner, super athlete, and like I said, she was so helpful to me. But I remember that she specifically told me, like, if you're ever struggling one night, she said, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit funky, but she said that if you're struggling one night or anytime, she said, late in the day, she said, if you see a good little stealth spot, just pitch your tent and take the rest of the day off. So that's what I'm going to do. I was probably going to have to night hike to get there anyway, because I started late, and this is a really good spot. There's no service, so I had to use the trusty Garmin InReach Mini to just message my brother and let him know where I was at. So hopefully he understands. It just says I finished my hike and it's got the location, so hopefully he'll understand that, because I could not get service. I tried to hike back up a couple of miles each way, because pretty much I've been able to check in with them every night out here. So anyway, this will actually be my strangely enough, still, I think, officially might be my first night camping alone in the woods, because I thought I had at Springer Mountain, but I didn't realize that Marshmallow was in the shelter there close to me, so I kind of really wasn't alone. But this is like not a shelter. This is just it is like an established tent site on the trail. There's been, people camp here before, and there's like a pipe spring right there, and I kind of based whether I was going to stay here or not based on that pipe spring, because I needed water. And I didn't really want to, something's coming up that's, I'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, I didn't know if I was going to be able to camp because the spring was kind of dry. But Caitlin Goes Hiking taught me on our trip. One night we had hiked like 17 miles. It was like our biggest day. And she was like, I'm going to go, do my thing in the woods, she said. And I said, okay, I'll go see what the water situation looks like. And I was like, Caitlin, there's no way we're going to get water. We're going to have to hike like 5 more miles. I was just devastated. I was like, it's awful. I don't know what to do. And she's like, let me take a look at it. So she come over there. She's like, I can get us plenty of water out of here. So she sure enough did. She showed me all the tricks. So that kind of stuff is priceless. Like, I don't care how many videos you watch, being able to hike with an actual thru hiker. Like I said, Caitlin's kind of different than Ultra. She's just somebody I can easily identify with. She's younger than me, but she's from my area, and she went solo last year. And hopefully she'll watch this. I'm gonna tag her in it. But she's the one we were watching. Believe it or not, if she may not think she had an effect on people, but Caitlin Goes Hiking last night at a hostel with about 15 hikers sitting around with the Super Bowl in like the final 5 minutes. A great Super Bowl, I think. I don't even know who won, to be honest with you, but which is kind of cool. But anyway, sorry, this may take me a minute. But anyway, so she should know that with 5 minutes to go in the Super Bowl, there was 15 hikers at probably one of the coolest hostels on the trail, watching her "I'm going home" video. So Caitlin didn't finish the trail, but she finished the hike, if that makes any sense. Like I said, her and Ultra were both different, but they were both super helpful to me. So Ultra taught me how to do this, like, you know, what to wear. You know, she tried to tell me not to wear 4 layers of shorts, and I didn't listen. And after a visit to the doctor, I realized she was exactly right, not to wear 4 layers for your hiking shorts. So she taught me, like, how many miles to hike, a lot of things like that, to stealth camp like this when I'm having a problem, you know, things like that. And Caitlin taught me how to get water when there's no water, things like that. I mean, just you know, how to stick your pole. I had always struggled with my trekking poles until I like, when I was trying to take a picture or something, I always have them leaning against me or trying to lean them against a tree. And I was like, I was always dropping them, and it was the simplest thing, but she just stuck hers in the ground. She didn't even have to tell me. I was like, holy crap, how did I not think of that before? So anyway, both of them ladies are just super. So I hope they know how much I appreciate it. But anyway, another reason I'm here is I know that Springer is a big, you know, starting the trail at Springer is big for a lot of people. I know that climbing Mount Katahdin obviously is a big for everybody, you know, all the no-bow hikers, probably even the SOBO hikers. It's pretty important to climb up there and start. Like, it's iconic. But for me, I've always known since last year when I decided to do this, that this was going to be kind of the toughest part for me, because I'm about to leave Georgia. And sorry, I'm not really an emotional person. Like, I promise y'all, like, when I leave all the other states, like, I don't give a crap about them. It'll be easy. So, but just to give you a little background for the ones that don't know, I'm always lived in Georgia for, like, you know, all my life. I think I was born in Alabama, to be fair, because I was from such a small town, we didn't have a hospital. But so I was just across the line in Roanoke, Alabama is where I was born. But they moved, like, anyway, since I was like a 1-month-old baby, I lived in Franklin, Georgia, so for the most part. So anyway, it's kind of hard to, last year when I decided to do this, I mean, it was YouTube videos that made me want to do it, but I'd weighed like 350 pounds like 5 years ago, and my friend Jenny, she's like, let's go hike on the trail in town, like just the little concrete path, you know, it's like 1 mile long. And like, I struggled that day. I had on cargo shorts. I was like sweating. It was on my birthday in May, so it was really hot. So I couldn't even walk like down the whole trail. So, but somehow eventually, like, I just fell in love with walking down that trail and walked down it, like, I don't know how many times. Like, I'm kid you not. I've through hiked the AT and the mileage amount on the Franklin Walking Trail, like 5 miles a day. Like, you can ask I do have a trampoline there. I didn't realize what a trampoline was at the time, but all the little old people that I always, they're not all old, you know what I mean? I shouldn't keep saying that because I'm pretty old myself. But anyway, they're there every morning, like, at daylight, and we were all there together. Like, there was never a time, it was just daylight, and nobody really hiked together. They all kind of, you know, everybody just did their own thing. It really was like through hiking the Franklin Trail. Like, it's just only like 1.4, you know, 1.25 miles long. So anyway, last year I watched some YouTube videos and kind of got the idea. You know, I watched Dixie, Darwin, and everybody else, and I just really like walking, and I just thought that looked like it would be just a pretty cool thing to do. But I think it was watching Julia Sheehan's documentary. If anybody's seen that, I mean, it's like an hour and something, but she documented her whole hike, and it's on YouTube. But I don't even talk about her a lot because, like, you know, for whatever reason, she's not even one of the ones I follow the most. But that documentary, when I watched that at the time, like, that was when I said, I'm going to do the AT. How can I do it? So quickly figured out it's kind of a, you know, you got to give up everything for 6 months. There's just, you know, can't really have a job while you're out here for 6 months. So basically, I you know, figured out a good way to do it. Like, sell every freaking thing I own and stop doing everything I'm doing and just let this be it. So basically, last summer I sold the family house that I'd lived in, since I was 18 years old. I'd moved away, gone to college, and lived away for a little while, but my father passed away February 5th/6th. He died on the 5th, but I think they counted it as the 6th because it was a little after midnight before they got there. So that's when I started my hike on the 5th. I don't know if I've mentioned that or not. So anyway, he passed away in 1995, and then not right after that, but pretty soon after that, I moved back there to basically like live with my mom, while she was in her older years. And I traveled a lot, so I wasn't always there. Usually on the weekends, I had like a travel job, so I was usually gone during the week. But anyway, so I just decided I was going to stay there with her. It's not cool. Like everybody's like, you live with your mom. It's not cool when you're like 30 or 40 or whatever. But I didn't care. My mom, she was worth it. Like I didn't care what anybody thinks. Like I can't imagine anything better than taking care of your mother, or trying to. I hope I did a good job. Not 100% on that, but but she was a super cool lady. Anyway, the day she died was July 14th. So I'm trying to finish on that date, but I'm not tied to that. I know it's easy to pick a date to start a through hike on, but finishing it, especially at Katahdin, is, trying to hit a date on that is not easy. So if I get there before then, I'm going to climb up and do the thing. And if I get there after, I'm going to climb up and do the thing. And if I get there on that day, I'm going to climb up and do the thing. So thanks to people like Ultra and Caitlin, I really believe I can do it. I feel pretty good out here. I know I seem like I'm kind of struggling these last couple of days. I really do think maybe I'm just not getting a good sleep. I'm sleeping. It's not like terrible, but I think I need a couple of good nights rest. So anyway, so last summer, sold everything. It didn't mean a lot to me. I'm not super sentimental about material things at all. I moved into a van, and I really love it. I was planning on getting like a Subaru Outback just to kind of drive around the country and do some training hikes and things like that. Go to my brother's in Washington because I think I mentioned him a lot. He's got just great hiking up there. So it was really I was really able to get prepared up there and basically going to Planet Fitness all the time. And I've been obsessed with this for you can ask anybody for ever since last year. So anyway, I left my hometown, and I'm pretty tight with the hometown. It's just a small town, so everybody knows everybody anyway. So every door you knock on, you can go down the street, knock down the door. It's either my kindergarten teacher or, somebody I went to school with, or, somebody was in my arrest reports, maybe wants to kill me. I don't know. You know how it goes when you're in the journalism business. It can be kind of stressful sometimes that way, but ultimately, 95% of the people I had a really, really good relationship with. And like I said, they were always really good to me. I just started sports reporting, started being a news reporter. That's where the name Herd Hiker came from. My website is the Herd Citizen. Anyway, so probably the best example of realizing how much my community supported me was just a random football game. Wasn't like a playoff game. Wasn't any every game's special in the South. Football, high school football is a big deal. They talk about Texas, but I'm telling you, Georgia is a big deal too. So, but anyway, it was a random game. We were playing South Atlanta on a Thursday night. And I will never forget, I was on the sidelines and hadn't been reporting on the games very long, but it started drizzling. And I mean drizzling. I would not even have taken my rain jacket out to even put it in my side pocket to get it ready. And plus, I'm not an umbrella person. Rain doesn't bother me. I'm if the referee's got to get wet, the players got to get wet. If I'm going to be the reporter, I should get wet too. But anyway, this particular game, for some reason, I'm standing down there on the sidelines and I start getting I got 3 text messages within 5 minutes asking me if I wanted an umbrella. And then somebody called me on the phone and hey Russ, do you need an umbrella? Or I got a rain, I got a poncho if you need it. And I'm on the phone with them, and I turn around, this little kid, dang, I wish I could remember which little kid it was. Anyway, it's a little kid, Mr. Rice, my mom's, here's the umbrella my mama sent down here for you. So anyway, just to give you a rough idea of what, my little tightness in my community. But nonetheless, I left last summer, and it didn't bother me. The sweet girl that I sold the house to, she was like, it doesn't make you emotional to see your house, they're remodeling it and changing it. And I was like, no, not at all. It's a house, it's just stuff. I totally feel that way. So I really no sentiment about anything really for me for the most part. But it was pretty easy I bought the van I was going to live in, and it was pretty easy to drive away because I knew I was coming back in the fall because the girls softball team was going to have a good chance to win the state championship, and I had followed them, especially the group of the seniors and stuff. I had been following them for like years, like Brianna. I think she was in the academic bowl like when she was 3, and then like 3 of them had moved in from another town like when they were middle school, and just their parents, like we all got along just so wonderfully. It was, I mean, it was like kind of perfect. But anyway, good memories. But so anyway, like that part of my life is over now, for sure. And I mean, I'll miss it, but you know, I'm better for it. So, so anyway, gosh, I really did not mean to talk this long. I'm not sure I even have enough memory. I gotta get some more memory when I get to Franklin. Oh, that's Franklin, North Carolina, by the way. I mentioned going to Franklin, and one of the kids thought I was coming home, but I'm like, no, it's a different Franklin. So anyway, it was pretty easy to leave, and then when I came back for softball, they won the state championship, so that was pretty amazing. I just wanted to be there. I didn't even really report on it, but I just wanted to be there because those girls are always so good to me, and their parents and everything. So, and there are still some younger ones there. It's still kind of tough, but anyway, so I knew I was coming back, and then when I came back, you know, before Christmas, I left again in my van to drive it out to my brother so he could kind of take care of it while I was gone. So it worked out pretty good because the transmission was going bad, and it like just happened to go bad right when I was near him, and he owns a transmission shop, so I'm thankful for that. I think her name is Clara, the van, by the way. I think they're working on her now, maybe, so thank you, brother. So anyway, but a lot of people think about Katahdin or Springer, and probably this, I'm about to cross into North Carolina. That's why I'm talking about this. You know, just a couple of miles. I guess it'll be in the morning now. I don't think I was quite ready today. I want to cross, you know, I want to leave Georgia on a good day, if that makes sense. But anyway, so anyway, I just don't know. I don't know. But I mean, the hike's going good. I got a little bit of struggle. That's normal. Like I'm enjoying it, and really the people are amazing. But tomorrow morning I'm leaving. Georgia's always been good to me. I've always loved Georgia. I like the way it's spelled. Like if I ever had a kid, I might name her Georgia. You know, maybe if it's a boy, I'd still name him Georgia. I don't know. But always loved the home teams: Braves, Falcons, Hawks. You know, Thrashers. Rest in peace. You know, all the teams. Like, I just didn't love them because for any other reason. They're in my home state. You know, and that back then, I guess more so than now, that was a big deal. So anyway, I'm a nomad now. But tomorrow morning I got to take that step, and I mean, that's the biggest step of this hike for me. I think. I don't know. It's still a long way to go. It's already been a lot different than maybe I anticipated it might be. So certainly wasn't even planning on vlogging this. But I'm just trying to, you know, to me a vlog is like your journal of your trip. So, and I'm getting old. I can't see good or hear, you know, so writing is kind of, I don't like writing anymore. It's kind of, anyway, so this is kind of a good way for me to like record my, you know, my little hike for myself too. So anyway, nonetheless, we watched Caitlin's video last night, and she was just like, when she was getting ready to finish her hike, she was just like, I'm ready to go home. And I almost like busted out on the couch in front of those other hikers because I knew in my mind that I'm ready to leave home. So I'll get back with you guys in the morning. Thank you for watching.